Unless you're hiding under a rock, you know that Greenville, South Carolina is one of the top destinations to relocate to in the entire United States of America. During a recent study by pods.com, the Greenville-Spartanburg area is number 4 in net migration in 2024. Number 4. So that's no secret. What most will not talk about are interest rates. Interest rates are still rather high, but stay tuned to the end of this video and I'm going to tell you why now is the best time to buy in Greenville, South Carolina, even with the high interest rates. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm going to prove it to you, so watch the end of this video. I am Mark Rucker, and I want to be your hometown realtor. Now, I have lived in the upstate of South Carolina for 46 years now, and I've actually been serving this awesome real estate community for over 20 years. So I receive calls, I receive texts, social media messages, emails, messengers almost daily about people moving here to our Greenville, South Carolina area. Now, if you are within 100 days yourself of moving to Greenville, or you're in just the thinking about it stage, that's okay. Go ahead and contact me, and I would love to be your hometown realtor. Also, subscribe below and comment below, because we would love to hear your thoughts about our area. Now, it is my pleasure to be your resource to all things Greenville. And it's our goal on the Rucker & Associates real estate team to be your go-to for Greenville real estate. Okay, back to interest rates. First off, I want to speak on the Fed rate, the federal funds rate. This is the interest rate that U.S. banks pay one another to borrow or loan money. This is actually done overnight. It also affects rates on everyday consumer products, such as credit cards. The Fed rate does not necessarily affect mortgage interest rates. At times it does, other times it doesn't, so don't get confused on that. The Fed rate and mortgage rates are two completely different things. So, who sets the federal funds rate? The Federal Open Market Committee sets the federal fund rate. What is the current Fed interest rate right now? In November of 2024, right now, the Fed interest rate is 4.5% to 4.75%. In September, the Fed rate went down by 50 basis points, and in early November, again, it decreased by 25 basis points. There will be another Fed meeting in December of 2024. So be on the lookout for that. So let's look at mortgage interest rates. As I'm cutting this video, mid-November of 2024, mortgage rates are around 7%. The end of October, they actually peaked around 8%. We have obviously been pretty spoiled because rates have not been this high since the year 2007. And interest rates have not been close to 8% since all the way back to the year 2000. So from 2009 to 2022, we were spoiled. Rates were below 5%. You can understand why 7% seems a bit high. However, historically speaking, 7% really is not that high if you go all the way back to the 1980s. So why buy now in Greenville, South Carolina? You may be thinking, why in the world would I jump on a 7% interest rate when rates are projected to go down in 2025? First off, nothing's guaranteed. Secondly, let's look at those projections for a second. Fannie Mae, NAR, Mortgage Bankers Association, and others project interest rates to be between 5.7% and 6% through the end of 2025. So at best, you may have a 1% reduction next year. Let's focus on that for a second. Let's focus on that 1%. This is why I think you do not need to wait to purchase a home in Greenville, South Carolina. So here we go. Let's compare a 7% interest rate to a 6% interest rate while purchasing a home in Greenville, South Carolina. So let's take a look at this chart. Our average sales price in Greenville is creeping up to about $400,000. So let's focus on that number of $400,000. So a $400,000 home purchase at 7% mortgage interest rate is $2,661 per month. Now that's principal and interest only. At 6%, that number is $2,398 per month. That is $263 per month difference. Now, that may be a pretty big deal for some, and that's okay. That's $3,156 for the year. That's a good chunk of change. You may think that's a loss, but in reality, it is your loss of not purchasing right now. And here's why. In the Greenville market, our inventory is actually up by 43%. Our month supply of inventory is up by 39%. Our new listings are up by 17%. Now, right now may be the peak time to negotiate with a seller. You've not been able to do that really for the past 5 years. You can negotiate price, closing costs, maybe both. So don't think you can't negotiate right now. And I'm sure you can negotiate that $3,156 difference. And here's the big part everyone misses. The appreciation that you are going to gain in that year. So far in 2024 in Greenville, our appreciation rates have been around 4%. So on a $400,000 home, that is $16,000. That's a boatload of money you are leaving on the table. And hey, if interest rates do drastically drop down the next few years, just refinance, marry the house, and not the rate. That is your play. Now on the flip side, if you do wait, you are going to regret it. Once rates do go down, your buyer pool will drastically change. All those on-the-fence buyers will be back into the market. That will bring the inventory back down, and we could be right back in the middle of a crazy frenzy we've had in the last few years. Overpaying, over list price, waiving contingencies, giving up your left arm to get the house. I doubt anyone wants to be involved in that market again if you are a buyer. It will happen, and it's coming, y'all. So if you're a buyer waiting for rates to go down, I've got 2 questions for you. So number 1, how long are you willing to wait? Question number 2, are you open to considering that now may be a great time to buy? I really do appreciate you watching this video about interest rates in Greenville, South Carolina. Please be on the lookout for more videos on our channel about living in Greenville, South Carolina. And remember, I am your hometown realtor, and I want to be your resource to all things Greenville. Thank you.